Leap was escorting a tour from San Diego to Washington, D.C., a tour called the Caravan for Peace and Justice with Dignity. Probably a lot of you folks saw that come through. I'm one of the co-founders of LEAP. I started in 12 years ago with 4 other police officers, and today it has grown to an organization well over 100,000 people. Yeah. Cops, judges, prosecutors, prison officials. We have membership in 120 countries. Organization, Vietnam Veterans Against the War. Because when those folks came home and started speaking out about that terrible war while it was still raging, you might not even agree with them, but nobody could argue with them because they had a credibility that was beyond anybody else. They were the ones that fought the war. We have the same credibility when it comes to talking about the drug war. Because of that credibility, no matter where we go, we convince 80% of our audience practically automatically. And you should use us. All we are is a speakers bureau. We will go anywhere and speak to anybody, any group. We do it for free. None of our speakers, and we got over 200 of them, make any money doing this. We do it because we think it's the thing to do. It's the right thing to do. What we want to do is reduce death, disease, crime, and addiction. 4 things that are just made infinitely worse by the drug war itself.
Yeah.
So we got to end it. And ending it means ending drug prohibition. Of all drugs, by the way, folks, not just of marijuana, of all drugs.
Yeah.
If we legalize marijuana and leave these others illegal, it'll be wonderful that we legalize marijuana. We won't have to arrest over 800,000 more people next year, which we arrest every year for marijuana offenses. That'll be a great thing. We'll have access to those drugs for people that need it for marijuana, for medical purposes. That'll be a great thing. But you know, if we legalize that drug, it won't reduce deaths by overdose by so much as 1 person. Why? Because nobody dies of an overdose of marijuana, right?
Yeah.
It won't reduce the spread of AIDS or hepatitis C by so much as 1 person because nobody injects marijuana.
Right.
And that spreads from intravenous injection. It won't even reduce violence because the folks using marijuana, you gotta admit, are some pretty nice folks.
Hello.
So don't just stop there. This is our start. We will get this, and we'll get it very soon. I think come 2016, there will be about 5 or 6 other states that will follow Colorado and Washington in legalizing, regulating, and taxing marijuana. And when they do, then in 2010, it'll just be all over. I think the whole country will go for it.
Yeah.
Because they'll see that the sky didn't fall, right? It didn't change anything for the worse. It changed everything for the better.
Amen.
That's right. So call on us. Call on us whenever you need us. We have over 200 speakers. We have speakers right here like Tony Ryan, who you just heard, who lives in Tucson now. He's available all the time. We have other speakers out here. We will back you up on any legislation you have that will reduce in any way death, disease, crime, and addiction. We will back you up. And when we go in and we testify in favor of a law, the legislators listen. You know, sadly, a professor in a college can say exactly the same words I do, and most of the audience will go, he just wants to get high. Well, they can't accuse us of that. We're not out there to get high. We're not, most of us wouldn't even use marijuana if it were made legal, but we want it available for everybody that feels like they have to use it, all right? So call on us, and we'll be there for you. Thanks.